Nothing but honey, we'll just glaze past it.
Oh! You sure you don't want to give it some cream filling?
Right?
I just love the batter all over my face.
Honey butter long johns.
Straight people.
I just found out the name of my next character.
Honey butter long
Write that
johns.
down.
He's the scourge of the seas. He's the barbarian of the beaches. Honey butter long john. Arr.
I'm writing that down.
The scourge of the seas, the barbarian of the beaches, honey butter long john. Har. It is the night of the feast, and everybody is fat, well fed, sleeping hard. You've been wined, you've been dined, you've been talked and danced, and even some of you have shot arrows at the third son of the nobility.
He was a spare.
Yeah, and it bounced off a chandelier.
And a plate.
And a plate. Yeah. And so you're all sleeping heavily, except for one of you. Which one of you is that, though? I'm thinking, let's just roll a d5. Roll 1d5. Player number 1. Veri. You're sleeping, more or less. You wake up. It's middle of the night. You have no idea what hour it is. And you still kind of feel like you're asleep, almost, like astropathing or lucid dreaming or something. As you wake up, you stand up and you look around and you still see all of the rest of your party here in this kind of guest barracks, sleeping there relatively peacefully. You smell rain. You smell a storm coming in. You know that smell of rain just before it hits.
That better be all I smell.
We've been talking to Buffy again.
Yeah, he sleeps with a cursed teddy bear. That explains why he can't dream, right?
And you see you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to bring that into it. You see your cursed teddy bear sitting in front of a doorway over there. Leads upstairs. There's some hazy fog a little bit. Oop, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I didn't say anything. I'm just seeing
okay.
Fog and haze. Okay, so it's up to me.
It's up to you. It's a little scripted, I know, but...
Okay, well, a little scripted. It's foggy, hazy, and I'm in a room with everybody else sleeping.
Yeah, and your possessed teddy bear over by a
nice.
doorway leading upstairs.
Leading up the stairs. All right, Teddy, I'll bite. Not hard. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw. I'm gonna draw my axe because just because I'm not sneaking around dark houses alone, unarmed. Okay, so axe, and let's go wandering.
You kind of float isn't the right word, but almost like glide. You noiselessly pad over, almost feeling like you're floating. But I mean, your feet are moving. You're touching the ground. It just feels so light and soundless as you move.
I am an assassin.
And you move to these stairs going up, and as you kind of look away for a second and look back, the teddy bear is at the top of the stairs, almost like it's beckoning you forward and upward.
Okay, Teddy, I'll bite.
As you glide up these hazy stairs, bits of fog kind of rolling in and bouncing off of each step as it comes down. You get to the top of the stairs, and the teddy bear is darker than usual, hazier, almost like it's not actually there, and you're just almost seeing a shadow of it. It is a dark room, and you see almost a shadow of the teddy bear down the hallway a little bit to the left, across a pair of double doors that leads out to a balcony.
Yeah, out to a balcony. That's great.
Yeah, just a small little like lover's balcony.
Okay. So, am I without all of my gear right now?
You've got whatever you went to bed with. You grabbed your axe from underneath the bed where all of your goods were.
Okay. So I don't have anything else but my axe. Okay. Going out to the balcony.
You open up the doors to the balcony. You open up the doors to the balcony, and you feel the cool, cold breath of air kind of coming in at you. As you look off into the distance, you can see a storm rolling in, and it's nighttime. To be able to see a storm rolling in doesn't mean it's just dark, but it is a lightning storm. You can see lightning and hear distant thunder rolling in, and it's all cloud to cloud lightning. So none of the you don't see any lightning that's actually like striking the ground, but these clouds that you can see billowing and gushing, and you can see flashes of light almost constantly within these clouds, lighting up different portions of the clouds, and like explosions, like artillery and fireworks happening inside the clouds, but behind them lighting up from the back. And as you look a little bit further, some of these lightning bolts and these clouds, they almost coalesce into the form of a torso of a person, even in the clouds, huge in the distant. Lightning bolts backlighting this cloudy, foggy shape of a torso in these clouds, miles and miles away. And you can hear the thunder from these bolts rolling. And as you hear the thunder rolling, you almost hear a voice of thunder rolling from those clouds saying, "Free them. I walk with you. Free them."
Free them, I won't. Free them.
So, okay, so I'm standing here watching
One
the
last-
storm.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
The first time you see an actual lightning bolt itself, not just the reflection of the light, is through the torso of this shadowy, cloudy figure in kind of a crescent circle through the torso of it. You can just see a crescent of lightning bolt in these clouds of thunder. Free them. I walk with you.
And a crescent. Okay, then. Well, it's about that time when I wake up, right?
Yeah, you kind of after that you kind of come to, and the fog kind of almost like you shake yourself off out of a fog, and you're standing up on this balcony of the guest house. There's no teddy bear, there's no real fog, but there is a storm blowing in off in the distance. Looks like it's going to be a doozy of a storm too.
There's damn sure an axe still in my hand.
And there is an axe in your hand, yeah.
Okay, so I'll it's still nighttime, right?
Oh yeah, middle of the night, like everything that just happened, you think still happened? Either that or you sleptwalked up here and dreamed of a voice in the thunderclouds and a shape.
Okay. Well, so we may wait until morning to let others know, but I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of hang up here and watch the storm move in for a bit. See what's going on. I'll let everybody else sleep. There's no point in like raising alarms yet until I can figure out this cryptic message I got in a fugue state.
Give me an observation check, please.
I don't wanna. I'm not observant. Okay. Hang on a second. Rerolling that 20.
Okay, that's probably for the best.
Oops. What? What do you want? It's the middle of the night. At least I didn't fall off the balcony with a 20.
All right. I guess in that case,
Can I still use my fortune?
I mean, it would sure, go for it. Use a point of fortune here.
Okay, I'll use a point of fortune to understand what the hell's going on.
A distant peal of lightning flashes and gives just a bit of light, and as the light is fading away, you see a touch of movement in the yards underneath you. Just one figure wearing tattered rags almost, tucked into a bush. You just happen to catch the tail end of this person tucking into a second bush, sneaking into another bush, kind of coming in your direction from behind the manor itself.
Okay, so it is coming towards the manor.
Well,
Only see.
So here's the main manor here. You're in a guest house here, and then it's like it was coming from this area behind the manor towards the guest house that you're in.
It's the guest house. And it's tattery, which we haven't seen a lot of any tattery people other than the one hanging in a cage. How far am I off the ground? Am I just like second level?
Second floor, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm noticing movement coming towards us. Let me see if there's a way.
Very furtive, very slow.
Let me see if there's a way for me to stealth and get the angle on this tattery person coming towards us, because I don't want things to know where I am. That's trade habit, right? So let me see if I can get the angle on this individual.
Okay. So first off, roll me an acrobatics check. You're like hopping down to get into somewhere.
Okay, it's
So first
it's in the middle
acrobatics,
of the
second
night.
stealth. Wake you up in the middle of the night. So acrobatics of 12.
Wait.
You can re-roll acrobatics too.
When using acrobatics,
May re-roll 1 die 20 when attempting an acrobatics test. Agile.
Yeah, get rid of that 20.
There we go.
3 successes. No, acrobatics. Sorry, 2 successes.
2.
My bad.
2 successes. Yep. And now roll stealth.
Okay. I can still re-roll that 16.
It really likes giving you
successes.
the same number. For just a brief instant in your mind, you see yourself breaking your ankle as you hop down from here. But then don't, because you're too talented for that, and you know exactly how to tuck into a roll. And in this beautiful silent roll that you did, you happen to just hop over to another ledge and then tuck down a pole, did a fireman slide down, and now you are crouching in this bush right behind an older male, tattered rags. As you're closer now, you can see that the rags are slightly bloody. like they've sopped up a little bit of blood.
Can I discern whether we're the only ones here if we are alone?
As far as you could tell from your observation check prior, there was nobody else visible. Now, House Darren, as most noble houses do, have guards that patrol the grounds, guards at the gates, the basics in an environment such as this. So at the moment, there's nobody else around that you noticed, but there are patrols occasionally, and there are guards at the gates and stationed in different places.
And I don't recognize this guy. He's just bloody rags.
It's hard to tell. I mean, you're just tucked up behind the person. He's tucked into the bush. It's dark.
Okay. Well, it's good a time as any for me to practice my stealth skills. Let's observe him for a moment. I don't want to just give away that I'm here now that I am here. I want to see what he's doing. If he's just like going to skulk past our guest house and head off into the distance, or if he's actually heading for us.
You see him looking around intently, somehow not spotting you. And then he starts to, and then he starts to leave the bush that you're in and kind of do a not actually that stealthy crouch walk towards another set of hedges that's kind of between the guest house and the wall and the outer manse walls.
Okay, so he's heading towards the guest house and the walls, you said?
Yeah, could be either.
Whatever. I'll scare an old man. I don't care. So I'll come out behind him and just kind of whisper to him, "Hey, guards come around here doing patrols, right?"
Are you still maintaining a relatively stealthy, or are you
No,
just like
I'm coming out.
standing up and being like,
I'm talking to the dude. He's out and like trying to skulk around. I'm just coming up behind him, like, I'm giving away my position at this point. Whatever.
You danced with the devil in the pale moonlight.
well, I guess have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? I guess what I'm saying is, as you're surprising him, are you also staying relatively hidden, or are you just standing up and surprising him? Okay.
You know what? Yeah, no. Hi, I'm here.
Hello.
I'm not going to do the talking bush trick at this point.
He jumps. He jumps, like does a complete 180 while he's in the air of pure fear, lands, falls down, trips, and is looking back at you for just a second or two of sheer horror before he seems to recognize who you are. And with your giant obsidian flaming battle axe. And then he like back crawls to get into the bushes up against he like back crawls until he gets his back to the house, staring at you with fear in his eyes. At this point, you do recognize who he is.
Okay.
He's the servant that dropped the crystal before the feast.
Servant that dropped the crystal before the feast.
Oh,
Okay, so I do know you. So you get to live a little while longer. What you doing, friend? Why are you are you sneaking up on us? That doesn't tend to end well.
I can't take it anymore. I don't care if I die doing it. I can't do it. I can't take it anymore. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. It's not, I can't do it. I gotta get.
What are you running from? And where are you running to?
I have to go. I can't be here under the masters anymore. I'd rather die.
Still could be arranged, but what's the problem? What are you running from? Aside from the masters, what's so bad that you're running and risking your life?
I won't be a slave anymore. They beat us, they torture us, they starve us. We have no respect, no dignity.
So, is this just this house, or is this more widespread? Do you know? Are you talking about just this family?
Slavery is everywhere.
Mhm. Is this family were like that terrible to you?
Some
Or
get
is
it
this
better than others.
Okay. Yeah. Are you alone? Are you alone, or are you part of a group of slaves that would like to escape?
I'm just trying to get out of here so I can live,
Yeah.
have any sort of dignity. I don't care if I die anymore. I have to leave. I can't stand it here anymore. Please let me go.
Hold on. Um, are you abandoning others by leaving now? Do you have family that has been enslaved here as well, or friends, fellow slaves that you're just leaving to take repercussions of you leaving?
We're slaves. We don't have families. They split us up.
Okay. So how far are you? Do you have supplies? Do you really think you're going to make it with the rags on your back?
He has nothing. He's very obviously going. He's not supplied. He's very obviously not. He looks like he's not going to belong once he gets outside of these walls. The odds of him successfully escaping are not only escaping this manor, but escaping this part of the city. You're pretty remote.
Do we have any type of supplies in our guest house? I'm sure we have water.
Yeah, there's some food, there's some snacks, there's some water. Small little supply closet.
All right, fella. Here's what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you to accompany me to the guest house. I'll put my axe away. I'll lower it at least. I'm going to ask you to come to the guest house. You're bloody. You're empty-handed. If you're running from slavery, you're going to need more than the bloody rags on your back. You will need food and water to make it at least out of the city.
He says, "You're not going to turn me in? You're going to help me?"
I never saw you. I don't know what you're talking about.
He melts and almost like begins to cry as you're saying that. Like crying, almost tears of being thankful.
Yeah, well, let's get inside before a patrol spots us, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Anything. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're a hero. You're a literally going to save my life.
Sure. Okay. I'll just go.
We'll go with that for now.
You go first. I have a habit of not liking people behind me. You go first. The door to our guest house should be unlocked. You go first. I am right behind you. And don't make sudden movements, please. Especially when you get inside, because my friends are still sleeping. You will catch an arrow or a knife.
They're a little stab happy.
We're a raucous bunch. To the door, let's go.
He goes to the door, tries to open it as quietly as possible. It creaks open.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
Well, I'm hoping somebody else heard that as well, right? Somebody else inside the house heard that as well. So I'll accompany him in.
Hey, Thornicius.
Yeah.
Observation check.
Oh, Lord. Go ahead.
Xenia, roll observation for me.
Yes, yeah.
He doesn't get to roll. That's for darn sure.
No.
No diggity.
Update to anybody who's watching.
No diggity.
Oh,
No doubt.
One more. That was actually good. Just roll one more. Okay. Two
Good enough.
successes.
You you kind of come to a little bit, just enough to notice that that Verai's not in her bed, which isn't totally unusual. I mean, she does things like that. And then you hear the front door creak open,
Grab my bow.
and
Knock
two
an
sets of
arrow.
footsteps.
Knock an arrow.
What's not gonna
Put them in
Huh?
the
Huh?
bow.
That one.
Yeah,
I'm even gonna slide handle this. That's right.
that's right.
Gangsta
I'm a gangsta style.
So y'all are on the same level as us, right? We were all sleeping on the first floor because I climbed upstairs to get there.
Right.
So I'm going to kind of whisper loudly through the darkness. Like, is anybody up?
What would you say?
Is anybody up?
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm up.
shoot.
Don't shoot. Okay. Release the tension on the bow.
Mm-hmm.
I was imagining somebody should hear the door creaking. So Thornicius, we've got company.
You
Oh,
see
shit.
the elderly gentleman that broke the crystal and was beaten earlier, wearing basically a little bit better than rags that look like they've sopped up some blood.
Mhm.
You can tell that he is fighting not to cry right now.
Mhm. Is that all your blood?
The,
Tell me
remain-
you kill
the
someone.
remains of the lessons from the crystal, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as you didn't kill anybody.
I'm gonna let Thornicius talk to him while I start getting around a bladder with water and like a sack with some food in it, bread,
Okay.
fruit,
To the
whatever's
table.
available.
Yeah, motion
We'll
to a
start getting-
small table with some chairs and it. Sit.
He tucks over and like melts into the chair and are you gonna help me? The scary one said that you guys would help me. I can't even.
Well, you've got
First,
one thing
just-
right. She is the scary one. Don't worry.
I
I
He-
also
he-
have ears,
he can barely even put like
You're less
sentences
scary.
together fully. Mhm.
What's your name?
Cyril.
What?
Cyril.
Cereal?
Or like Cyril with an A.
Cyril.
Like Sarah with an L.
Cerol?
Sarul.
Well, fine. Okay then.
A literate slave. Yeah.
He goes,
Yeah,
I don't know.
literate slave.
He's like, I don't know how to spell it. I've been a slave my entire life. It's Cyril.
It's S.
It
Errol.
starts with an S and ends with an Errol.
All things end with an arrow in my life. All right. Or where were you headed? Obviously not here.
Anywhere but here, away. I don't know. I don't know. Leaving somewhere.
Well,
I
you
can't
stumbled
take it
into the
anymore.
right group. We've had to come and leave quickly under a lot of circumstances of most civilizations we run into. My suggestion: not follow the little rapscallions that steal your stuff. Don't follow them. That's a bad idea.
Oh, okay.
So-
No rapscallions. Don't
And-
follow. Okay, got it. No stealing.
And no fire at all.
Avoid the fire. Okay.
I'm coming back with a sack with some
So,
food and some
Why are you so
water.
scared, man?
Did you just go Jamaican, man?
Yeah.
Why are you so scared, man?
Man. Hey, roll me a fatty and talk to me, man.
I'm pretty certain that that Zhang is the only one that has fatties on him.
No
So-
comment.
The one with the alchemical reagents.
so
And the knowledge of how to make lotus.
he might need it later.
Oh,
So what are you running from?
The masters, the slavery, everything. I can't do it anymore. I would rather be dead.
Well, what exactly is going on? Because it looks like a pretty good place to me.
As he pulls off his shirt and you see scars, new and old, some of them barely, some of them fresh, still bits of blood seeping out of them. Does this
Nice.
look like good to you?
Did you just tell the slave it looked like a pretty good place to be?
Who did that to you?
I just want to make sure that we know.
So
did
the
that?
rest of you wake up and hear this going on, just in time to see a bedraggled older gentleman that you recognize as being the one that broke the crystal before the feast earlier take his shirt off to bloody scars, while
Don't get excited, Zang.
seems pretty good to me.
But bloody Mitro, well, who did that to you?
The masters.
Okay, give me names, man.
Question for you, since I'm
Staying in their house.
Oh, those masters, all of them?
Yes.
Because the younger one, like he
What
was
about-
a pretty straight guy.
yeah. What about Tiber? He doesn't seem like the sort to
Tiber.
want to beat you.
He's the worst.
He's the worst.
That'd be hilarious, actually.
The actual masters are usually the ones that bring out the rods. That's
With it, man.
it's probably the territory of the slave drivers or the administrators.
yes.
What did he say?
The
head
slave
slave,
drivers, the slave drivers, the catchers, like the sergeants, as opposed to the actual lord himself. He's not going to lower himself to performing the physical labor of torturing a thing. He has
Mhm.
he has slaves to beat the other slaves.
I know that feeling.
So in this bag here, I've got some food. I've got some water. I even have a bread knife because it's not sharp enough for you to pose a threat to me, but it's better than nothing for you to pose a threat to somebody else. And
Thank
I'm
you,
not giving you
milady.
one of my daggers. So
You truly are a blessing from the gods themselves.
I know. I'm a scary blessing.
You are a scary blessing.
Your praise will be sang.
How many more slaves are there here?
I don't know, 40, 50.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
It's not the biggest household, but it is an old family.
So you have nowhere to go?
I've never left the manor without being basically on a leash in 30 years.
Thornicius,
Have a
which direction
task.
did we? Which
What
direction
was
did
the
we come?
name of that? What was the name of that god or whatever? That's
Solopetha, which is what I.
there. We go.
Which direction did we come from? Did we
You
come
came
from the
from
west?
you came directly from the west and then in the north.
Yeah.
So you kind of came down this way and then that way.
So you need to become a solar pedophile and follow a northeasterly way.
Has he ever heard of Solopetha?
He says Solowata.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Suddenly the party of advocates of Solopetha.
Solopetha? What's that?
We're not.
Sure.
Hear me out. We're not entirely sure, but from what we've experienced, they are all about helping slaves get to freedom.
And
I'll
their
show.
symbol is a crescent moon shape.
And their symbol is a crescent moon shape. I would simply suggest that you do not drink any Kool-Aid around them.
or accept any glass. Don't accept any glass.
Anything in liquid form around them. Get your own water.
How do I find them? What do I do?
So I don't know their overall presence in these lands, but you'll definitely notice them by people wearing a crescent emblem, wearing robes, and walking around like they're trying to hold the sky up. There's their hands straight out for whatever reason. Just, I'm holding up the sky. So,
To be honest, his hands were backwards, not upwards.
oh, okay. They were holding the walls up.
So bald dudes in robes holding up walls. Got it.
Yeah.
Is that common where you're from?
Not the people that are trying to help you. Though not the ones trying to help you. The ones trying to stab you. It's very common where we're from. So it's a pleasant surprise that this one was actually, seeming to try to help people. But yeah, that's our suggestion.
Why
Try to
don't we
find
give
the
them
sort of.
directions to the farm?
Well, that's what I was trying to see. We came from the west and the north, right? So we came from that direction. He needs to head that direction. He needs to head northwest, and find other escaping slaves and stick together. Essentially, because I'm not going to tell him to look for a farm. I'm just not. I don't know this person. I don't want to put those farmers at risk. So
he's listening intently while he's also already eating some of the food in the bag you gave him.
I'll pop in another apple. Replenishment.
Even still, his odds are not great.
They're better than they were 5 minutes ago before I scared the hell out of them in a bush.
Significantly better than they were 5 minutes ago.
This is a city, right?
Yeah, this is the capital city, and you're in the nobles' quarter of the capital city, where it is near spotless with what you remember seeing was like guards and lanterns everywhere.
Right. But most cities and most rich people take shits. So I'm guessing there's a sewer. Right? There's got to be some kind of sewage system. Otherwise, it'd be running in the streets, right?
One would assume, yeah.
Okay. We got to just find them a grate. Tell them to go down there and keep heading out.
So you can probably stealth around enough to do this. I can stealth around enough to do this type of stuff. I don't know if this guy's going to be able to stealth around enough to make it to a sewer system and or out of the city. Even if we're helping him, he might just get us caught.
What is our concept here? Are we suddenly going to start freeing every slave in the city, or?
I'm gonna free the one that walked by our front door.
We try to make the best of what we can without getting too involved. I was gonna say, like,
why don't we ask questions like how many, like what their parties are about, and what is their goal, and since he's been with them forever, what's happened in the past.
That's why I brought him inside so y'all could ask these questions.
Oh, you asked me to think too deeply now, man.
He's not the thinker.
I'm not the thinker.
He's
I
the
put
shooter.
arrows in things.
He's just the first one that woke up.
Shooter McGavin over here.
Let's turn my charm on.
He eats pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I would like to take a moment to remind you all that you are currently contemplating stealing from.
Are you even there?
Yes, I'm.
None of the nice house?
No, you're in the guest house with the rest of the party.
For the rest of everyone. But you are currently contemplating theft of property from our ally in this town. I would.
I'm not stealing anything. It's got legs. It can go or leave or whatever it wants.
Property stealing itself.
Yeah.
We are aiding and abetting, though, which is why I was like gonna give them a little bit of supplies and just let them be on their way to fend for themselves. Gave them a general direction, not give them any evidence, like not give them the farm, because I don't want them to put the farmers at risk. They might get caught. Their chances are better than zero now. And if they do get caught,
and put you at risk.
Oh, we'll just lie. It's like, I don't know. Dude broke a glass at dinner. He might have just stole some supplies and tried to get himself some leniency. But I at least don't want him to put the farmers at risk. If the longer we're with him, the more chance of us getting caught with him, the harder it's going to be for us to, maintain our friendship with the people that are housing us right now.
So let's grill him some more on what this house's whole purpose is. And he said it didn't move, but didn't they just move not too long ago? One place to the other, or was that the other house?
That was the other house. Yeah, this house has been here forever.
Yeah, the Sobs were trying to move out to the border towns.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were the ones that weren't very nice.
The sorry sobs.
The Dairns, the House Dairn that you're in right now, the patriarch of House Dairn has an obsession with restoring his family's power and honor and, prestige.
So I do ask the tattered guy, since he's been with them forever, can you give us some background on some things?
I don't know what I could help you with, but whatever you want to know, if I can tell you, I will. I mean, not exactly in the inner councils.
Yeah, but you hear things.
Yeah.
Yeah, some. What if I know it? I'll tell it to you.
What's the latest that you hear that just didn't seem right or seemed a significant?
The second son that's been working bodyguarding for the king is apparently there's some drama going on.
What about Tiber?
Tiber seems nice. I don't. He's all talk and no action though.
What about the youngest? They seem to kind of push him to the.
Tiber is the youngest.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's right.
The middle son is with the king, and the oldest son is his shadow.
You start.
Next
Oh,
to him.
that rest is not pick every guy here.
All right, folks. I think I have a plan.
Oh,
And
finally!
And
was
hear me
tired
out
of
here.
Walking.
So hear me out here. I found a grenade.
Whoa!
He does have a grenade, and a thunderstorm is currently rolling in. You hear the thunder in the distance, and you can all smell the rain ozone smell.
Do we know? You said the Sobs and the Frobs, right?
Yeah.
The Sobs are the one that currently own the mine. They're
Yeah.
the a-holes that we don't really like. Where is their house located?
Okay, so yeah, that's right. Okay, so the Sobs were here in the capital. The Frobs were the ones moving out. Sorry.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
the
so the Frobs-
Sobs do
Frobs
have
There you go.
here in the capital is their home base, but they have at least one mine that you know of, maybe more. But
Right,
their
yes.
their home mansion is here in the city, presumably in the noble district, which you're in.
I don't know what's going on with this thing. Okay. And I don't know where that house is.
No. Dang, that camera is really focused in on zero focus, huh, isn't it?
Yeah. It's in a fugue state. Jesus. Ow. Hey,
Oh,
wait for it.
Oh,
Huh?
wave your
Anyway.
arms out.
There
Wave
you
your
go.
tentacle arm, Spacey Man. Wave your tentacle arm, inflatable spaceman.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to pick a house of somebody that at least we're not aligned with. I don't want to hit the house of the what's their faces that we care about.
So the Frobs probably have a household here as well. All of the noble families at least have a presence in the capital.
Right. But I mean, like the Burgones. I don't want to bomb the Burgones, and I don't want to bomb the not the Dufresnes. They're not here.
Mhm.
I hate
I'm
names.
good.
Darren.
I'm
I don't want
Demetria.
to bother the Darrens because we're here. So essentially, my intent would be to. The storm's getting a little closer, right? So that's going to be good
Yep.
cover for him.
Yep.
I need to create a scene at a location to draw attention there so that he can escape another way.
Okay.
Anybody have any objections?
A small fire would do, wouldn't it?
No
Yeah, but
more
where's the-
fire.
In a
But
stable.
where's the fun in that?
Well, I'd rather save the grenade for something bigger, because
But I've got a
we keep
grenade.
going up against big things. You know, big globs of flesh and blood and floating up in the air and crap. I'll use a grenade on that.
Cyril looks terrified right now.
Yes, but how are we setting a fire?
With a grenade.
A freaking flint and steel, or a torch, or a candle, even.
If we use a torch or candle or something that may be engraved with the House of Darren, then we're putting them at risk. If we throw a non-attributable grenade at something that's at least something we don't care about, not attributable to the Darrens or us, random act of terrorism. But if y'all want to start a fire, I'm okay with starting fires too. So Zhang, you're the one that pointed out we're talking about aiding and abetting the theft or the runaway of property. If you have a dissenting opinion, what do you think we should do?
Look, I'm not going to stop you if you want to save a human life. However, don't fucking get caught. And don't leave any evidence behind.
I'm hearing no survivors. Okay.
And the Saab family was no more.
No.
Or the Darrens.
Okay. So
All of a sudden, Tiber took over the whole family when in a freak stabbing accident, everybody died.
Freak stabbing.
it all fell down on a knife.
He fell down on his knife 9 times.
All fell down on this same knife.
No, we're not evil.
Aren't we?
But aren't we?
So I don't want to be the one coming up with all the plans because my plans usually involve chaos and violence. Anybody else have any ideas?
A wooden arrow with a torch or something
Probably
Do
won't
you
work very well if it's
engrave
raining, though.
arrows?
in a hay bale inside of a
It's
stable.
not going to work.
It'll work.
I'll push you off a ledge.
Maybe both. Maybe
Maybe
both.
both. No, I don't want it. I don't want to. Not both. That's too much.
What about a diversion such as a smoke grenade? I did procure 2 of those from Zhang at an earlier date. Zhang, are those attributable to us?
Are what attributable?
Smoke grenade? If we smoke something, some important landmark that people think it's on fire and rush to put it out,
Ooh,
but there's no fire, so there's no
like a
damage.
temple. Like a temple.
Yeah, let's dare the gods to be mad at us.
To be fair, that's probably going to get the most attention.
So I did not give you a smoke. If I gave you anything, it'd be flash powder.
Let me double check what they were. There were 2 of them that I did purchase. Here.
Flash powder is basically
It's different. It's loud,
Dude.
bang, and
No, they were 2 smoke bombs.
from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the whole smoke bomb.
flash powder.
But
That's
those,
flash-
yeah,
It's not a
Okay, so they're
smoke
flash
bomb.
powders. They're not.
Yeah.
Do we have what you would need to rig up a smoke bomb? Something that's long burning, creates lots of smoke.
You could do
mean,
something.
I could try, but again, I will not because I don't want you to leave any evidence.
Okay, fair enough. Ideas then. Is he just gonna hide in our backpack next to Teddy?
By the way, Teddy is sitting on your bed right beside your pillow.
So if you want to save this guy, just buy him. But it's not going to address the problem, and we don't have the ability to address the underlying problem.
I mean, a slave usually runs 1, 2, 3 gold, depending on the quality of the slave.
That would be the easiest thing to do here that doesn't get anybody into trouble, but it's not going to... Oh, I see.
All right, fine. You're gonna have to convince him to go back into the house to be bought, though.
But it's not going to address our underlying problem here. So if you really want to do something, buy this one, and then maybe our contacts in town, or maybe you can go and do your thievery roguery thing and talk to the underworld and figure out where Solopepa's people are here. Go carouse.
Okay, fine. So Sarah,
I won't do it. I won't go back.
Well, you got
You don't
two
necessarily
choices.
have to go back. Just tell it you're going to buy it.
You can run and see how far you get, or you can go inside and we can try and get you free.
How many voices do
What are you, Australian now?
Too frickin' matey, mate.
I'm down for every one of these.
I just think it's funny.
I'm
Where
giving
are
her what you got,
from?
Captain. The lithium crystals are blown.
What is a brone?
God.
Lithium crystals are brone?
Blown.
Bone. They're bone. Lithium crystals are bone.
there isn't a brown wire.
Oh, brown. The lithium crystals are brown.
I need a scorch.
We're at an impasse here. All right, Sarah, you have two options. You can take these supplies and make for it yourself. Mind you, I get a whole lot scarier if you get caught and you try saying that I helped you in any way.
Yeah,
I get a whole lot scarier.
I won't go back. I won't do it. You'll have to kill me. I'm not going back.
Stop offering. Stop offering. Going back and getting bought or liberated with your compatriots, that's the only other option. If you're making a break for it yourself, you procured these items by yourself after you'd gotten beaten, and you are making your way northeast to free land.
If you can help me get past the wall, I would be forever truly in your debt, but I'm not going back.
He doesn't have
Past
to
the
go
wall?
back. He doesn't have to go back. Just go in and buy him.
In the middle of the night at 3 a.m.
In the middle of the night at 3 a.m., indicating that he has escaped and that I have him already and that I just want to buy him. That's
even worse.
I
Just
have a
wait
better,
till dawn and go buy him. You're making this so complicated.
I have a better
The guest house is beside the wall, the outer wall, correct?
Near to it, yeah.
You are a woman, correct?
So should we happen to have gotten in here somehow, stole our food, took our butter knife, and then somehow made it to the roof and jumped over the wall?
yes, saying I'm a woman. You really want me to
say
go-
that you made use of this particular slave and have favor of him.
So just wait. Doesn't just need a reason.
Say
You're
just
making this so complicated. Just wait
no, as
until
in a
dawn.
reason as to why he spent the night here.
Why do they need a reason?
He did.
I don't actually have to sleep with him.
No, he stole all this shit while we were asleep. We have no idea how he got here.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, Zhang, you could say you were the reason he was in there too.
No.
No.
Regardless.
Not his type. Too old. All right. He's heading for the wall. I'll get him past the wall. Beyond that, we're not putting ourselves at risk any further than the wall. I will do it.
Tie him up, rope him down the far side.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Give me an observation check, a stealth check.
Oh, thank God you're doing all this. Can I help with the observation at least?
And either a survival or craft check. I don't care which ones of you make it if you're working together on this. Survival, stealth, and craft, or survival.
I may
Oh,
help
what
him
about
with-
observation? Why do you need a survival
Sorry.
stealth?
Sorry, observation, stealth, and survival or craft
Okay.
for the rope work.
Only one. I can
What are
only
my
have
success
1d20,
odds here?
right?
So what is that? For the observation check, you got 1 success.
Yes. Is that not enough?
It's good enough.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm helping him, so I got an 18 and a 5.
Well, the 8 when you're assisting, you only roll 1 dice, and
well,
the
yeah,
first
do
dice
that,
there being
but-
the 18 was not a
Does
success.
not help. So
Okay, so you pay
stealth.
attention for when a patrol is coming around, and you also like peek up and look to see that there's not any guards right there on the other side of the wall.
Right.
It appears to be safe for at least a couple of minutes while the patrols do their next round around. You've got a few minutes. Now, I need a stealth check to say that you're doing this quietly without making a ruckus.
1 success.
Hey, Bill,
I mean,
why don't
fortune.
Let me help him out.
Why don't you go ahead and roll a 1d20 on stealth to see if you can help him, Bill? With your stealth skill of 15. Wow, it's actually really good.
Wow, yours is 15?
I didn't know that. I don't use it that much. I
He
don't
raised,
try to be stealthy.
his agility is 12. He's got 3 points in stealth with 12 agility. So, yeah, he's super agile. So that is a successful stealth. And now I need either a survival or a craft check for the rope work to rope him down the other side.
Survival.
And I can help with that too.
If you want to take point on that with your survival skill of 14,
Yeah. Let me try.
That's
that.
going to help. And then I will take,
I'll tie
Do I
the
get
noose.
to roll
I mean,
one?
not. No. He said, let me take the lead. So roll.
bro, isn't that the people who like My Little Pony?
if he takes the lead, do I not get to assist?
You can roll what dice to assist on a survival check.
Please do, because I just rolled a natural 20.
You needed to roll 2 die 20 there, Bill. So roll another 20.
I did before.
Yeah, she rolled an 8 and a 20.
Oh. Well, there's 1 success and complication.
A 10.
2 successes and a complication. Right? Because 10 matches your
I'm gonna burn a
survival.
fortune. Can I burn a fortune to erase that?
A point of fortune does not replace a dice. It adds a 1 on a dice.
Oh, damn. All right, never mind.
So that complication still happened. And you know what that complication is?
Oh, God.
As he's
Screen.
falling down, the rope catches and breaks, leaving pieces of the rope in the wall.
Oh, God.
But he makes it down safely.
And also, this is fiber that is here within this household, right? So it's not attributable just to our guest house. He'd have access to this fiber for this rope.
It was
Anyway.
rope that he had, that Bill had.
Oh, never mind. We're boned.
You're all fucked.
Recover. We need to recover that rope.
How you gonna do that?
I don't know, but we need to get rid of it.
No, Nope. In the morning, we're simply going to go and ask the family if they've had trouble with thieves lately because you're missing some rope.
Ah, okay.
This just gets more and more needlessly complicated.
Oh, the tangled webs we weave.
When first we seek to deceive.
When first we practice to tell a fib, as Rose Nyland would say.
All
But
right.
we let Thornicius roll his own dice. That was the problem.
That was the first problem.
No, you never let Thornicius.
So it's 3 or 4 in the morning. You've gone through a couple of candles of light now. The storm has begun actually blowing in earnest here at this point.
Who's Ernest?
Ernest P. Whirl, from Ernest Saves Christmas. Ernest Goes to Camp.
Oh, but he's getting blown. I'm
Ernest
jealous.
Goes to Camp is one of my favorite childhood movies of all time.
Know what I mean, Vern?
That's the one. So, Bob, are you going to tell him about your dream walk? Wake walk? Vision? Everybody's up now. It's the middle of it. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Kind of cranky, a little
I
tired.
went right back to bed because I was so mad that they were not listening to me.
Everybody but the witch hunter is still awake.
So
no,
while
I
we're
was of the same opinion. Just
Okay,
I
well,
gave my 2 cents and went back to bed.
yeah.
Xenia and
We're
Thornicius are
very
still
young.
awake.
No, I won't. I'll keep
Okay.
that one to myself for now.
Okay.
I mean, what's the point? I know it's the soul of Pethophiles, and if you free them, I will come. Kind of Field of Dreams. So
Free
I'll
them, I
keep-
walk with you.
well, I yes, but I will hold on to that until I make more sense of what's going on. I don't need to tell them every time I'm tripping.
Every time that demon teddy bear leads me down a dark staircase full of fog, if
This
I
time
had
they're-
a dime for every time that happened, well, I'd have 2 dimes, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
3 now, so this is 30 cents. I'd be making money.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened 3 times.
I'm waiting for the gothic, the goth Care Bear stare when he walks up the steps and gets like 5 of them.
So I'll at least in the meantime, right? We'll make idle chat, and I'll spend some time sharpening my daggers and sword, and
And everybody
all
just
my
goes back
weaponry.
to sleep now till morning, more or
I'm
less.
going back to
Yeah.
sleep then. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll sharpen my weaponry just in case it's needed.
Morning rolls around, and you are all awakened by a small horn blast, and then lots of boots running around every which way. And then pretty quickly, there is a banging on the door of the guest house.
Don't come in. I'm naked. All right, everybody, let's wake
Open
up.
up! There's an alarm.
An alarm. Ooh.
Laura,
Okay.
what's going on?
So I'll open the door. Sir, may I help you?
There is a pair of guards of Darren House guards there. They're like, "There's been an escape. We need to search the guest quarters. In case you're in danger."
Oh. Sure. Come on in. It's just the few of us.
Have you seen anything? Have you heard anything? There was an
I've-
escaped slave. We think they may be dangerous.
I've been sleeping like a baby. Like storms put me to sleep. Anybody else seen anything?
No.
I do need a persuasion check because you look kind of tired and cranky.
I'm always tired and cranky.
So I do need a persuasion check. And I believe your persuasion is not great.
Crap. Slash.
Maybe somebody should step in before you
I was
say
gonna
something.
say,
Oh no, I like to just
I
go.
have the
I want to
sentry
see how.
ability where I don't ever feel sleep. As long as I get an hour, I'm good.
It's 2 die
So I
20.
Oh no, I haven't rolled any yet.
Okay.
You said unless somebody else was stepping in, I was waiting for somebody else to step in.
Doesn't sound like they are stepping in.
Yeah, I said I was.
One.
You gonna lie for him?
Actually, you should have rolled 2.
Oh, 2? Oh,
Yeah. If you're gonna step in and do all the
I'm
persuading,
confused.
then if you take the lead, you roll the 2d20. There you go. That's all right. No, you got it. 8 and 11.
And yep, and Xenia, your persuasion is 12. So yeah, that's 3 successes. You pretty easily convinced them that no, you guys were sleeping through the night, storms, all that.
You know that scene from Clue, one of us is going to be like, yes.
This man is drunk, dead drunk.
Dead right.
Are you in danger? No. Yes.
There seems to be some disagreement here. No. Yes.
They quickly search the house. They go through every room, look through under every bed, open every closet. And then at the end of it, they're like, well, if you see anything or if you hear anything, let us know. Or want to make certain that you're safe. There was an escaped slave that don't worry though, we'll find them.
Are they all this dangerous?
This one in particular is a little finicky at best.
It does seem like an awful lot of effort for one escape, dude.
Well, if one escapes, then the rest get froggy. Gotta make an example now.
Saying out of character, like I get it. Like I just wanted to make sure that we hadn't let an axe murderer loose or something. And by we, I mean Mara.
Tiber comes out a little bit later with one of the house servants brings a basket of breakfast foods, rolls, cheese, some eggs. So he comes over. He's like, "Well, I guess we've got some excitement this morning."
Oh,
you guys all good?
We're sorry for the early wake-up call.
Apparently, there's a murderous slave around.
He's not murderous. He's been here for a long time, and well, Father got extra mad at him yesterday for breaking the crystal and decided to make an example out of him. So I can't say I blame the guy.
Does this happen often?
No, but there was a lot going on yesterday, and Father's obsessed, and everything has to go right. One thing goes wrong, and he just goes ballistic.
A lot
It's not like he sees. It's not like he sees them as people.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying? No.
That's unfortunate. Thank you for breakfast. What's on the agenda for today?
That is unfortunate. Thank you for breakfast.
Well, you guys have a date for breakfast.
That's right.
I get stabby on first dates.
It's okay. It's okay. Come here. It's
The
fine.
Berzons
Every
at
day.
the donut shop in Cheapside.
Okay, sure. Let's go to a cheap donut hole.
Glorious.
Zang, you lead.
Tiber says, "Well, I know you didn't come here just to, just in the middle of conversation. You guys are just having conversation. It kind of leads to eventually. Well, I know you guys didn't come here just to hang out at my father's house. Can I take you through the city? Give you a proper look at it?"
Sure.
I think I can skip out on the tour of casual cruelty. But we have some breakfast waiting for us in town with some people we know.
Do you need me for our lunch date?
Are you splitting the party?
Do you need me for the lunch date, folks?
I think
Split
you
the
ought
party.
to go. I think you ought to go carousing, like I suggested earlier.
Yes, split the party.
I split every one of them in two.
Vertical or horizontal? Or
It
diagonal?
doesn't matter.
However, the hammer lands on them.
It doesn't matter what you. Okay.
He
So
split Robin in twain.
so I guess I'm going perusing question mark, which I guess
Carousing.
Carousing. What's wrong with you?
carousing,
Carouseling.
rabble rousing. Okay. I'm gonna do that. We can meet up later for lunch though, or dinner, Cyber. I mean, I honestly, are we allowed to stay here another evening? I don't want to. I don't want to impose.
Wait,
Well,
I'm
as it
saying
stands
you
right now, my father's not going to be eagerly kicking you out of the mansion. He's going to try to find some way that he can continue to use you. So
Squeeze you.
Okay. Well, I'll have my stuff anyway, and I will go peruse,
but I mean,
carouse.
we're good just to hang out. I mean, I'll hang out with you guys. We'll play some music, have a party.
You really want to go carousing with me?
Sure. Yeah, that would be amazing. I'd love to experience something new.
All right. Come on, kid. Let's go carousing. You know the place better than I do, anyway.
He's going to take Tiber carousing
Oh boy.
as he looks for the cult of Solopetha.
This can't go bad.
What
All
could
right.
possibly go wrong? Splitting the party and bringing naive NPCs along for the ride.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Hey,
And
Tiber, you wear a necklace?
and Verai and Tiber go off unto the city. By the way, it's still storming. It's still storming hard.
Oy.
The thunder is blowing. The rain is coming down in sheets.
Well, now staying home doesn't seem like such a bad idea. We can always check that, with carousing tomorrow.
Well, I need breakfast, so I'm going to a.
He brought us breakfast.
They brought us breakfast. Do you need second breakfast, Hobbit?
Do you want to pass me the butter knife, Vera?
oh, Tiber's like, oh,
I've got your butter knife right here.
you guys seem to be missing a butter knife. That's odd. There's supposed to be 7 of them here. I'll have them bring more in. Wonder what
Thanks.
happened to that 7th one.
Weren't you using that to?
You know what? Roll 2d20 insight.
Ew.
Not good enough.
Who?
Tiber.
Oh.
So it's raining cats and dogs outside, thunder's rolling, and you're taking him out on the town, huh?
Tiber, it's a little wet out there, buddy. Are you sure we want to go out carousing today?
Let's get some slaves to walk next to his umbrellas.
Say that again.
Something
He
about
said, get some
slaves.
slaves to walk next to you with umbrellas.
Oh.
He says,
So
I don't.
Take the plank one.
He says, if I'm going out with crew, then I'll have to go out with guards. Do you really want to carouse with my guards?
Are they cute?
Not in this weather.
Then we can go. Give me a chance to leave here. Maybe go see something. Learn something I don't know before.
But how are we going to get out without the guards seeing us and insisting on going?
By just walking out. But if I take a crew, then they have to go.
Okay, so we're not taking your crew. It's just the 2 of us, and your guards will be okay with you just going out.
Just going out in the city, right?
Yeah, we're not leaving the city. I don't want to leave the city. It's dangerous out
Then
there.
then yeah, I can walk around the city without having a guard.
Come on.
Oh,
cool.
okay. Cool.
And then we'll
I'm
just
not
leave-
exactly what you would call politically valuable.
Okay. You mean nothing like us. Cool.
I don't shower every day. Okay. Well, then let's go carousing in the
Grab some flowers
thunder.
with him before we leave.
Verai and Tiber go off into the storm. Now, the rest of you do have a date with one of the Bergeons at the donut shop in Cheapside.
Yeah. Does anybody know where this place is?
That way.
That way? Okay. We're going that way. You two want to come along, or are you just going to stay here and get soggy?
Oh, I'm gonna go with you to the
I
donut
mean-
place.
We're going to get soggy on our way there.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going with us. Okay.
But yes.
All right.
The four of you head down into town. And I need one of you, don't care which one, but I need one of you to give me a society, an insight, an observation. One of those three, don't care which.
Okay. Well, who's got the better of everything? Like saying, what's your society?
Give me a moment. Uh, 15.
Yeah, my insight. I mean, my
Oh, yeah.
my observation's up there though.
Dang, just roll.
Yeah.
Mine's a
Gotta do that.
17 for observation.
You have a 17 of observation?
Yeah.
This is 14.
Go for
and-
that then.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You have 14 observation.
You have an 11 plus 3, 14.
Oh.
That's the
I thought it
final.
Okay, I'm making my
Yeah.
observation roll with one
That's
success.
some hanky math,
Yeah.
mathematicianing you got there.
The society roll, sorry.
So, with one success, as you're going through, you're in the Nobles District, and you pretty much know the way to leave the Nobles District. You go downhill. You can see the inner wall around the outer district here that you're in, and you head towards that. You find one of the gates. As you're going down, some of the things that you notice, there's a storm going on. The lanterns aren't lit. So it's dark, it's gray, it's rainy, it's
Wait, was that
relative.
one slave, their lantern lighter?
It's raining. And the second thing you kind of notice is when you were coming in 2 days prior, there were lots of.
Say it one more time. We lost you.
You don't see very. Oh, hello?
Pros. There were lots of.
There were lots of guards and patrolmen and lantern lighters and things like that when you were coming in before when the weather was nice. Now you see very few people on the road. The patrolmen that you do see are all huddled like underneath an awning somewhere drinking breakfast ale and kind of lazing about. Not doing patrols, not doing all this extra work in the rain and the thunder, which seems quite unprofessional to you. But you make it to the gate leaving the Nobles District. You know, hey, which way is Cheapside? They point you in a direction. One other thing that you note is all of the mud and debris that was on the road is flowing downhill. It's turning into just not just rivulets, but almost rivers of mud in places coming downhill, heading out. And the directions that they gave you take you almost directly along this ever-growing rivulet of mud to a second, farther outer gate in the walls that, as you get there, you find out is affectionately known as the Mud Gate. Why is it called the Mud Gate? Because when it rains, the mud tends to all flow towards this gate. And it is muddy and it is dirty. There is piles of just hay. And at this point, you're actually seeing, well, not a lot of people out, but the people that you do see out don't appear to be the wealthy ones. They appear to be the servants and the beggars and the people that have no place else to go. You exit out the mud gate to the districts surrounding the outer walls, Cheapside. They're not even inside the walls of the town. And find directions to this donut shop that you were given the name of before, and I never really gave out a name because it doesn't matter. Given directions to this donut shop. And you follow those directions. You are soaked to the bone. You are muddy, damn near up to your knees. You are more than a little bit cranky and wet and soggy down to your drawers. But you find this donut shop. Now, this donut shop is an unassuming place. It kind of just looks like a small stone building. And I say small stone building, maybe 30 or 40 feet wide, 60 or 70 feet long. So really it's not that small, but it's a single story. It's a little low ceilinged. It looks like it maybe used to have been a storage warehouse of some sort. Like maybe it used to store grain in here. But now you see windows on the front, and there is one lantern hanging just outside the, covered up by a little on top of that lantern, and you identify it. And as you make your way in and you're shaking off all of the water, you see the man that met you at the table at the feast, the Bourgeon representative that met you at the table at the feast. You see him there, and he waves you in, and he's well dressed. His boots are definitely covered in mud too, and he's still shaking off a little bit of the rain, but he's got maybe a waxed or an oiled coat of some sort that looked like it brushed off most of the rain. His hair is wet, his boots are muddy. He's got a blade at his side, but he doesn't seem to be wearing armor or having full on war gear. He's got a blade at his side. Sitting beside him is another person who looks dressed pretty similarly, not as fancy, but dressed pretty similarly, similar sort of attire and cutout. And he waves you guys over and says, I was afraid that the storm would keep you guys away. I'm glad you guys made it. My name is Win Bourgeon. Pleasure to meet you. There's a couple other patrons in here, but all of them are they just look like laborers that maybe aren't working in the fields today. And there's a glass case with donuts and bagels and baguettes and different baked good things that kind of look delicious. There's a couple, an old man and a woman behind the counter that run the place. There's a door behind them, leads to maybe a back storage room or something.
I'll have to give these donuts a try.
He says, get whatever you like. It's all on me. I already done gave them a pretty hefty tip just to make certain that they were still going to be open. They make enough today. These guys are my favorite. This little secret, this was my getaway place when I was a kid. So they've kind of been looking after me since I was wee to yay tall.
Getaway place.
I
said and I kind of question getaway place, huh? Nice.
Yeah. Wasn't really much of a secret, but it always felt like, it always felt like a second place to me because they were great to me and I always just liked to be here.
Were you getting away from anything in particular or just the world?
Oh, you know what? Just go up and get whatever you like. Everything they make's delicious. I'm a personal fan of the bear claws, though.
Yeah. Okay.
And the honey butter long johns can't be beat.
I'll take me one of those.
I want an extra long.
That's
I
my
want extra
line.
John.
That
Give the
way-
lady an extra
That
long.
way I can sit there and eat it.
And we can all watch.
So you guys get an assortment of donuts and breads and other assorted goods and sit down and she brings over some coffee for everybody and here, let me take your coats and try to dry them off. Gotta get you guys comfortable. I got a little bit of a fire going. Try to get yourselves warmed up, the little old lady. Let me hang these up by the fire. Try to get them warmed up and dried.
That's very kind of you. Because it's very, very wet out.
It sure is, but I gotta tell you what. I hope you guys enjoy these donuts. Family recipe we've been making here for 48 years. And young Win here is just a delight.
Saying, test this.
It's a pretty tasty cup of coffee, and the donuts are decadent, delicious.
Watching the old lady like a hawk, make sure she's not going through my things.
She hangs them up, fluffs them out by the fire, kind of walks away. When
All right, so we've been traveling across the country to meet you people.
sorry,
Yeah.
not Win, Corin, not Win, Corin. I'm
Corin.
Corin Bergeon. Where did I think his name was
Wait,
Win?
is Corin Bergeon?
Corin Bergeon. Yeah, that's his
Oh,
name. I don't know why I thought his name was Win Bergeon.
So it's not Win.
Corin. I'm Corin Bergeon. So who was named Win? I know I
It's
knew
not
What's
the
the
one I'm
that.
hearing
difference
this
between
name with,
Or
like,
Win?
Ah, that's his dad. Win is his dad. Okay.
All right, well, we've been traveling across the world to meet you guys. Tell me you have some good news.
I thought you were coming to us with the news. We got some messengers said that you guys were coming in, try to help get things ready, and that oh god, what was his name? What was the fat guy's name? That Sir Delph had found Edgard and was bringing him back.
Oh,
He
yes.
did. And he will.
As you were hoping for.
Sure makes me happy to hear it. I haven't seen him in many, many years.
You may be surprised at what you find.
Why you say that? I haven't heard from him. How is he doing? Is
He's
he
not
still?
a dough-faced, fattened, son of a politician at this point. No, he's been without that for many years, and he's a fine trapper.
A trapper, you'd say.
Trapper.
Is that what he's been doing? He's been out being a wilderness man?
Well, when you don't want to be found,
I mean, that makes sense. He always was better in the woods than just about anybody I knew.
Well, I suppose we thought there was more of a plan afoot.
Well,
Well, we're cousins, right?
no.
You and I.
Yeah, we're cousins. Our grandparents are brothers. Our grandpappies are brothers. Well, they were back when grandpappy's brother was alive and my uncle was alive and his boy was alive. But yeah, our grandpappies were uncles. That's how they got started.
I see. Now what?
You didn't know about that.
No.
Whose grandbrother is he talking about?
Edgar's.
Oh,
Edgar's grandpappy and my grandpappy, they were brothers. You see, they were dog brothers. Xenia, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when he says dog brothers, and he just says it like offhand like that, that's a term for mercenaries that you're well familiar with. But it's also a term that's kind of like, you can't call us that, only we can call us that sort of thing.
Mhm.
They were dog brothers way back when. That's what they were doing. Now, I mean, really, they just had delusions of grandeur, but they were out dog brothers together, and
No help.
I wish I could say they were nothing but heroes, but some of the stories I tell, I hear they were pirates at one point in time, and I hear they were brigands, and I hear they were caravan guards. You get Grandpa Laris drunk, he'll tell you all sorts of stories, and I'm certain most of them are BS, but one thing is true, while they were out dog brothering, while they were out doing their adventuring days, they came up in this land, up in that border kingdoms, and built themselves a little stronghold out there. Some place to base out from, right? To camp out from and do some off-season training and stuff while they were out earning coin. And it's a dangerous place up there. One thing led to another, and people kept flocking to them for safety. And before he knew it, they were little border lords.
Sure you're not my long lost brother?
I don't know. Are you a Bergeron? You want to be?
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Got a little captain in you? Would you like some?
From what I hear, they never even meant to become lords up there, but in a dangerous place, people just flock to safety, and then my grandpappy's younger brother, Edgar's grandpappy, people just started looking to him. My grandpappy was the heir to the Bergeron family. He couldn't stay, but then his little brother just stayed there and kept growing and built themselves a little kingdom.
Can you tell us how it went south? Because that's kind of where we come in.
Well, so Grandpappy Laris, right? When his daddy, Edgar's great grandpappy, he died, and so Grandpappy Laris had to come back here to run the family, and Edgar's grandpappy stayed there to hold down an encampment, right?
Right.
And that's kind of where things went a little south. And by a little bit south, I mean my grandpappy Laris hadn't even made it back here yet when Edgar's grandpappy was killed by some rivals.
Who were these rivals?
Oh, some neighboring border kingdoms didn't like they were crushing in on their turf. Well, Edgar's dad, he was about 17 about then. He turned around and raised some forces from the peasantry, took some retaliation, and secured their land. He got revenge for his pappy being murdered by these other folks.
Mm-hmm.
But blood turns to blood, and eventually there was some fighting going on. But eventually, the youngest daughter of that family and Edgar's papa married, and they combined their two kingdoms into a bigger kingdom. And so anyways, we kind of just became two separate families, right? We got our house here in Corolla, and then there was the kingdom up in the border kingdom. And we tried to support them as much as we could. We sent them money, and we always, all of our people would go up there to try to help protect it.
Did he like to sing a lot?
Edgar?
Mm-hmm. No, his pappy.
Edgar's pappy, he was a singer for sure. He was an entertainer and a showman. Edgar's pappy was an entertainer and a showman. But yeah, so
An oddly specific question.
Yeah.
The people that we met on the way through the supposed daughter was taking care of the father, but it was a weird relationship going on.
Was that the little
You have to remember where it was. I had
the pool in the woods?
At the Oasis?
Yeah, the crazy old man.
Doesn't match because Edgar's family was killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
He says, yeah, so we always
What's
you know-
that woman?
so we always tried to support up there, and we'd send we'd send people up there, and I'm the second son here, so I'm the spare, right? So I was supposed to be Edgar's shield brother. I was supposed to still be there with Edgar, helping protect him, while my older brother kind of took over the Bergeron family when Grandpappy Laris passed on. Well, Grandpappy Laris still around and kicking. That old man ain't never gonna die. He's just stubborn as a mule. Well, anyways, I was in training to be a shield brother to Edgar, right? Because Edgar was gonna take over in the Border Kingdom. And that's when the real bad stuff happened. Anyways, terrible.
Oh, I hate it when the linchpin of the entire conversation just freezes.
Anyways, so after that,
Oh.
that
So
bad stuff happened,
we lost you. Terrible, and then
Yeah.
you froze. So
terrible.
And you froze again.
The internet in this apartment sucks.
Oh, Paris.
Is it
internet in this
terrible?
apartment is terrible. The internet in this apartment is terrible. Anyways. Well, I was training to.
Don't say terrible. It's a trigger word. Don't say it.
Now I'm wondering if he's doing this on purpose.
show us
Where's
on
my
the teddy bear where you
Skype app?
stabbed the brigand.
I know I have a Skype app here. All right. Okay. Are we staying live for more than 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you. Keep going.
Spit out the story
Just-
quick.
Stop
don't
staring
say
terrible.
Terrible.
Don't say terrible. He locked up again.
It was awful.
Well, I was supposed to be Edgar. Uno momento, por favor, mi amigos.
Seriously.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right, we're going on my phone now because it's not going to die on me, hopefully. It's ridiculous. You might have to change the input though, Nat, so I apologize.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Don't say that word.
Tell him anything.
Dear Nat, I'm on a different input now because my laptop kept dying. So all of you guys get to enjoy my face coming at you from the Android phones. And once it's changed, we will continue. Actually, no, we're going to continue anyway because I think everybody can hear me. Terrible.
Your face seems to be a little bit more clearer.
It's a better camera.
Ah.
It's a better camera. Can somebody put in the Twitch chat? Actually, hold on.
Yeah, we can hear you in the Twitch
Oh, you
chat.
can hear me through the Twitch chat? Okay. All right, because now, Bob, you're on there twice. Hey. Now we have Mike and Andy. So, anyways, the guy says, I was training to be his shield brother. And that's when the real bad stuff went down. And I forgot his name too, Tervashoth, I think. And that's when Tervathosh, when he invaded, took over the whole kingdom, killed the whole family, but we got Edgar out of there, and he came here and he lived with us for a few years, and well, him and I were nigh on inseparable. I was his shield. I dropped out of training right then so I could make certain nothing ever happened to my cousin. We were inseparable. He was my brother, and I was gonna be his shield brother and protect him. I really was. Every bit of me. I knew I was going to do it.
Slowest storyteller ever. So why didn't you?
Yeah, what happened from
Well, one day I wake up and he's gone. He just left a note saying he was leaving. He needed to go, get out of there, make his own way. He wanted to get past his history and he just left. Haven't seen him since. Kind of broke my heart, really, because I thought I was going to be by his side all future. He just left.
As fascinating as that is, where does the sorcerer come in?
Well, the sorcerer is the one that took over the kingdom.
Teravathosh?
Yeah, Teravathosh. He's the one that took over their kingdom from him and killed his whole family.
I see. So he was the sorcerer.
Yeah, Teravathosh is a sorcerer.
Was
Yeah.
he a necromancer?
Well, from the horror stories that we could tell, that's how he killed the whole family.
I see.
He came in with dark magics and bloody creatures and every one of Edgar's pappy's troops that he killed, he raised against his pappy. You know, it was a never-ending fight. Everyone that failed became someone that fought against him. And then,
Oh, that's sorcery for you.
my grandpa Grandpappy Laris, he's kind of moved on a little bit, but my daddy, Win, Daddy Win, he thinks that we should just cut our losses and move on. But I don't know. I think what he did is just wrong and it needs to be taken care of. And those people up there, they need to be protected. Now they're being sacrificed to dark gods instead of being protected.
All right. Well, it took us like 30 minutes to get that out of you. So what do we do about it? Do you have what's the plan here? We've got, we've got the guy headed back here, but how do we fight an army of the undead?
Well, that's a little bit where we need your help, right? So my family, the Bergeons, aren't exactly the wealthy and powerful family and the elite here in the city. We have some resources, but we're not exactly the most wealthy here. So if we're going to raise the sort of forces it's going to take, if we're going to hire mercenaries and raise forces to do what it's going to take, there's going to have to be some things done to get those resources to make it happen, to raise that sort of forces. And every time we try to do something, it's like he knows about it. 20 years now, it's like he's known about it the whole time. Everything we do, it's like he's always a step ahead of us.
And you're saying that the one uncle doesn't want you to do this. He's moved on.
Well, my pappy's moved on. Grandpa Laris, he still wants his revenge for the murder of his nephew and the whole family.
So,
And Grandpa Laris is still in charge of the family, but really, my daddy Win's in charge of the family. But Grandpa Laris is still around and kicking, and he wants revenge.
Grandpa Laris, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a line coming this way that was very weak and leading to someone we thought was going to pass through? Am I right, gentlemen?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if somebody in here is in cahoots with him.
That would
That's
be
what
my
I'm
guess
saying.
as well. Either some of your slaves or a member of your family.
We don't take the slaves around here. Not our family. I know everyone else does around here, but we don't take slaves. Part of why we don't have the sort of resources that other families do.
Is your Uncle Laris the only one as old as he is around here?
Grandpappy Laris, he's definitely the eldest around here, that's for sure. He's the
If I
eldest.
was going to investigate somebody, it would be the one who doesn't want us to. Yeah.
Grandpa Laris was one of the founders of their family taking over that chunk of the Border Kingdom.
Right. And what I'm saying is, if I was going to investigate somebody, it would be guy who doesn't want him to go.
What?
The slave that just got away.
No, that wasn't him. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does this guy know anything about Solapetha?
Oh, I've heard some rumors, yeah.
What can you tell us about it? It, him, it, them, whatever.
I've only started hearing some rumors here in the last couple years about some cult that a slave cult of some sort. I should say a cult among the slaves, offered slaves freedom and power and revenge.
Well, I hope they're not being taken up to that to where we're going to be sacrificed.
I wish I had better information for you, but I've only heard bits and pieces, and
That's all right. Just figured it was worth it.
yeah. I might know somebody though that can get you more information.
Who's
Oh.
that?
Yeah, I think I know somebody. Hey Tapina, the person that's with him, Tapina. Hey Tapina, you still got that friend? Tapina doesn't actually say anything but nods. Yeah, we get you some. We might know somebody that's got a little bit better information if you want.
That would be handy.
Useful.
Yeah, we can we can connect you with them. His friend is a little different. His friend's a little different, but I want to say he's harmless, but he definitely ain't harmless. But no harm will come to you from him.
Okay. What does this
Appreciate
person do, so to speak?
I guess you could say he's an activist of sorts, trying to get rid of slavery.
Activist. Okay.
I bet that he does not have a fun time around here.
Others would call him a terrorist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, one of ours will get along with them very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is your friend? I thought there was going to be another one of you. There was 5 of you when I saw you last night.
She had to distract somebody so that we could get away to talk to you.
Ah, I see. I got you. So you're planning on staying with the Darrens for a while?
Well, it's really the only place we've got at the moment, and it's giving us some information. Plus, we've kind of adopted the youngest son as a sidekick kind of thing.
We is a strong word.
Yeah. We hold no ties. We're not really like with them, but they're useful.
Yeah, Tiber's a good kid, little airheaded, but he's a good enough kid.
You
The
think
rest of the
maybe we could
family?
ever-
I wouldn't keep him at closer distance so you can hold a knife.
That's why I was thinking maybe if we if
A
we
butternut?
happen to take off, maybe Tiber might be a good idea to bring with, just to keep him safe. Because he might actually end up being something worth this city having.
Oh God, we're
I need Andy in particular. Andy, I need an observation check, please.
Ugh.
Or Zinnia. Actually, Andy or Zinnia. Observation check.
Or you can help him do it. I don't know.
Zinnia's got a really high observation roll, so maybe she
Yeah,
should.
I'm not very observant.
Nope, you went too far.
Worth having might be a stretch.
The space.
Mm.
Oh, Andy, what'd you roll?
Oh, was that supposed to roll too?
She did not roll great on her observation check.
Well, I mean, neither am I going to, so but we'll see.
For the record, I did not touch the computer. So Leslie
You
doesn't have
pressed it
any.
early. You pressed it
Hey, I
early.
got one.
Well, one success is at least enough to note the sparsely populated streets as you're looking out the window. They're still sparsely populated, but instead of with beggars, it's with armed men. And they're all looking towards this shop.
Oh, the cops are here for the donuts.
Frickin' freck. Friends of yours?
And ladies and gentlemen, with that cliffhanger, we're going to go ahead and call it for the evening. We are at our time. So just so you know, we will not be having a Conan session next week. I will be on my I will be driving between here and somewhere in Arizona, having a good time. And the week after that, it's possible that we don't. We will try it. If we can make it happen, we will. But it might be 2 weeks before we get back together with you guys, which is sad. I'm sorry, but you know the reality of what happens. But
What happens didn't?
But tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, 8 p.m. Eastern, things have brightened up in Barovia. So come see what happens there tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thursday, we're going a little off the rails as we are missing some cast. But come chat with us about channel stuff, live stuff. Join us. It should be a pretty interesting evening at 8:30 Eastern on Thursday. Friday at 6:30 p.m. Join Simon and his AI-generated GM in Cookie Trek, which is just hilarious. If you guys haven't been to it, you gotta go check out the Cookie Trek. Sunday, 9 p.m., we find out that we find out if the Cure was a traitor or not. That's Sunday, 9 p.m. Monday, next week, we return for Star Trek on Bajor at 8:30 p.m. And again, next Tuesday, no Conan, next Tuesday. So, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Good night.
I will use this damn grenade.
That's what scares me.
That's what scares me.